The biggest thing in crypto right now that nobody is talking about, which is this Ethereum chart that is telling us Ethereum is headed way above $12,000, potentially more. And as we all know, the reason we're talking about Ethereum because Ethereum leads the altcoin market, and when Ethereum pumps, altcoins and meme coins go crazy. This chart here pretty much is the reason I'm very bullish today on altcoins and meme coins. And as you can see, if you take a fib retracement tool from the 2018 high to the 2020 low, it gives us something very similar to what we're seeing today. And as we can see how this mid-level 0.5 has been respected again in this cycle, the same way it got respected back in 2021, where we've seen it got rejected from it here, close to it here, then most importantly, it got retested here. And again, here in this cycle, we've seen that we got rejected from it here. We held it as support here. We held it as support here. And then we broke below it. And most importantly, as you can see today, this is why this is very important and very bullish as well, is that we broke out above it. And we might see this play out exactly like in 2020, which started the bull market, where we had this retest play out here. The price went down to retest it before going higher to new highs. And here is the kicker as well, is that we got close to the 1618, which is as well a very important support resistance on the fib tool, which was back in the days around 5,500. Ethereum went as high as 5,000, close to it. And what we see here today is that the 1618 is 14,100 for Ethereum. Now, since here we kind of front run it, we did not go as high as the 1618, but very close to it. Today we can say that 12,000 to 13,000 Ethereum is pretty close to the 1618, which is the target that this fib retracement tool is giving us here, looking at Ethereum. So as you all know, Ethereum leads the altcoin market, and if Ethereum is pumping, this really does impact a lot how altcoins behave. And as you've seen recently, when Ethereum started pumping, altcoins started to move with it and started to recover. And in fact, they do outperform it. As I tweeted yesterday, you can follow me on my Twitter, link in the description, how Breakout ETH outperforms Ethereum. Now, Ethereum went 94% up, while Breakout ETH went 335% up, which is a 4x compared to a 2x here. But this is just a recovery. Usually when Ethereum goes on price discovery, these numbers go way higher, and it's more of a exponential process than linear process, which means when Ethereum pumps a little bit, altcoins do pump much harder. And if we take this fractal from 2021 after the retest, which is the one we have here, this is what it shows us this could look like with a retest of that 2,100. Then we go straight above all-time high, closing in into that $12,000 per Ethereum, which is pretty much, for the people that bought the lows here, is close to a 10x. That is so crazy. So if Ethereum does a 10x here, altcoins, and especially those on Ethereum, will go even more parabolic, going into the 50 to 100 x's and plus, just following Ethereum. But most importantly, this does trigger a major alt season that we're waiting for. And we have this downtrend here that Ethereum is battling to break above. And as soon as we break above this, especially 2,800 that we have right around here, as soon as we break above this, this pretty much confirms an uptrend and a strong uptrend on Ethereum that will start what we just talked about now here, with the target to 12,000. But what we care about most when Ethereum starts to rally is that it leads altcoin. It doesn't matter which altcoin you hold, as long as the altcoin has been active and has been following the trends recently and survived the recent crash, they will follow and follow stronger and outperform, as we see every cycle. So far, we're still in the Bitcoin season. Bitcoin dominance is still high. We have not started the alt season. Now, the second confluence we got on Ethereum and its upcoming rally is the ETH BTC pair, which is pretty much bottomed and bounced off this bottom here and this support. And if we look at this downtrend, this is a multi-year downtrend since 2018. what if we do break out from this? And what if this is actually the breakout on Ethereum? Because Ethereum has been on this downtrend forever. And what if this is the major bounce, as we seen back in here in 2019? Once it reached this bottom and bounced, it rallied, and that could be again the next rally that will break us out of this downtrend, which just is one more confluence to why ETH would see major rallies in the future, causing a massive alt season, which so far has not happened yet. What we're seeing here with the rallies is a recovery, which is something good, something we want to see, something that altcoins and meme coins are telling us now that we are still here, we're not dead, we're coming back, we're following the market, and all they're doing now is waiting for Ethereum to start to rally. And as long as Bitcoin dominance has not crashed yet, we're not going to see major rallies from altcoins, and that is due as well to start to trend lower. As I still have this from the previous video, it basically shows us once or how long it took last time for the Bitcoin dominance to break down and top. Last time took around 945 days, and now we're pretty much close to that mark, which is a month away to see this start to trend lower. Now keep in mind, once this starts to happen, this is the rallies, this is the old season. When this starts to trend down, it does take few months of uptrends and of pumps and euphoria and all that while this thing is going down, like we've seen in 2021 here and 2017 here, before we end it all. And pretty much we see this probably double bottom, giving us an exit signal somewhere around here. But so far, Bitcoin dominance is still strong. Unless we look at Ethereum and ETH BTC pair, these are telling us the early signs. These are the early signs of the old season, or early signs that the Bitcoin dominance is about to start topping, and pretty much topped around here 65%, and then we start to see this trend lower, causing a major old season. Now this is the thing that a lot of people are not talking about recently, and the reason is because of how the market have been and how crazy things got with the tariffs, with the drops, with the crash. Just a month ago we were in extreme fear, and now we couldn't even get to greed. That shows you how much fear is in the market, how much retail is not ready, which usually is the best times to be accumulating and getting into these markets. Greed is still at 76%, could not get any close to 90 or extreme greed. And the reason is because everybody now thinks that there will never be an alt season. People in the comment section lost hope. People all across the board here on the crypto space lost hope on ever seeing an alt season. And it is very natural to see that, since there has not been a major alt season this far since 2021. As you can see, the Bitcoin dominance is telling us exactly that. It's telling us that we've been on a Bitcoin season only, or Bitcoin led market, since basically December of 2022, but it is coming close to its usual topping time, and we start to see this trend lower, causing a major alt season. And before we end the video, remember, Jim Cramer just tweeted that so many people want to call a bottom. I think it's too early to do so. And if those that do not know, usually Jim Cramer is the best inverse trading signal. Whenever he says something, the opposite happens. Now he's saying that it's too early to call a bottom, confirming the bottom. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.